Hello YouTube, it's Sergio. Just announced new leader for two thieves is Eleanor of Aquitaine. Nice lady. She has two designs. That's how she looks if you play for France. And her ability is Court of Love. Great works in Eleanor cities each cost 1 loyalty per turn in foreign cities within 9 tiles. And a city that leaves other civilization due to loss of loyalty skips a free city step, so it instantly switches to your civilization and currently receiving the most loyalty per turn. It's I cannot clearly understand. So I don't know what means the most loyalty per turn. If a city is going to flip, this is the city that receives, or maybe if it receives not the maximum amount, so it will not skip the free city step. But anyway, let's speak about this ability. It's an ability of leader that adds to civilization's ability, so in England or France, and I don't know, it looks interesting. It can be combined with
unique ability is Court of Love. Whether playing as France or England, great works in her cities reduce loyalty in foreign cities within range. Also, any city that leaves an empire.
Let's
Also,
no,
foreign cities within range.
So let's pay attention to this screen. First of all, I don't understand why Governor gives only +6 loyalty when it must give +8. But overall, these screens looks very strange. It looks like this screen receives no loyalty from his own cities, probably even the capital, and the only is governor. And if we can notice, France is currently in Golden Age and probably Germany is Dark Age. And also I must pay attention to this minimap. This is true starting location Europe map, probably the only available and possible to show this ability, because on this map very dense spawning happens. France, Germany, Rome, Spain, Greeks, Netherlands all spawn in very small spot, and sometimes you can try, if you want, you can see that even from the very first turn AI settlers are not able to settle their cities because there is so dense settlement happens, and this is why the city is so close, and this is why the pressure is so high. Actually, this city receives pressure from 2 cities and from these cities. And where is the pressure from? Here. I don't understand the screen, but it must be figured out. Maybe they reworked loyalty system and will tell us in upcoming live streams that probably will happen on Friday, or maybe, I don't know, a little bit earlier. If the system was reworked, that probably makes sense. If not, if it's the same like in Rise and Fall currently, I don't think this ability can bring you a lot, can give you a lot, because loyalty is coming from great works, and in a city with a city square, you can have only...
Also,
Let's
any
count.
city that leaves an empire due to loyalty loss but receives the most pressure from Eleanor's empire will join her civilization outright. This is the
And from each great work. So 2 great works in amphitheater, 3 great works in art museum or archaeological museum, and 1 great work in very late game from broadcasting center. If this is a capital, 1 in palace and probably 4 in national museum on government plaza, it will be about 10, and this only in capital. 10 loyalty per turn. I don't know if such a small amount can flip any cities even in Dark Age. It must be very small, probably not very useful city on the border of somebody on some player's empire, just settled, and you're in Golden Age, he's in Dark Age. You must have 9 tiles, pretty far by the way, and you can probably have this loyalty from several cities, so it can go up to 20 or 30. It can become combined with Amani's ability, -2 loyalty to enemy cities. So the pressure actually can be very strong, especially if you in Golden Age. That's very important, because I think in Normal Age this won't work, and against players in Normal Age it won't probably work very well, because in Normal Age I don't remember, but about 20 loyalty without governor or with governor itself within empire. So this ability must be tested in gameplay actually, because other leaders for France and Britain have great abilities. So France can have extra diplomatic visibility and free and extra spies with free promotions. So spying is great with France actually. And Britain, Victoria has, by the way, Victoria has red coat. Red coat is a unique unit of Britain. It will not be available if you play Eleanor. And another Great Britain's ability is that it was actually changed, but if you settle a city, you get a free trade route now and a free melee unit. So I think it's much better than possibility of flipping enemy cities in somewhere late game. But on the other hand, late game, and I repeat, it must be tested in real conditions, because in late game it can be interesting actually. It can be interesting because in late game sometimes you have pretty much error score, but sometimes you have not a lot of it. And I remember the games where I was finishing and playing in Dark Ages, and this loyalty pressure, because you must understand that in late game, especially if you play against other players, they're busy with all that stuff, moving units, building some improvements, thinking about strategies, and they totally, I promise, they totally will forget about loyalty. And suddenly, booms, it happens that one of their cities have flipped. It can be really interesting, I repeat, but I don't know. It must be tested how to neutralize it. But probably if you settle a lot of cities along the border and they start pushing, but to start pushing they need a lot of great works. So if you play this, for example, like France here, where it was, yeah, Paris. So this game is towards culture. Holy Site, Theatre Square, Hermitage, what is it, Mont Saint Michel. No campus, money districts or industrial or all of that stuff that should be in capital, by the way. Harbor districts, okay, instead of money, but so you must get somewhere all these great works. So it only can happen if you play culture game. So you must think about this very carefully, because England now will not have 6-slot archaeological museum. It was removed. So only three slots in second level building of Theatre Square. So totally 5, 6, probably one from Holy Site, from Cathedral, religious work of art, and 5, 6, if capital 10, but average in the mid game 3 or 2 or 5, maybe extra loyalty pressure from each city. So I don't really, from at current point, I don't think it's very strong ability. Maybe developers will show us how it's strong, because all that stuff with loyalty, when I was talking about with Phoenicians, Dido, with that loyalty stuff, I don't understand why they pay attention to the system. As for me, I play all games against AI on deity, and I not play a lot against other players because I don't have so much time to spend for a whole game, but I do it very rarely. And loyalty is not a problem in my games. If I go domination, yeah, sometimes if a city on another continent near the enemy's capital, of course, is a loyalty problem exists, but it can be pretty easily solved, and it cannot be solved with this ability. It won't help you on other continents where you don't have your own cities, because it's only for peaceful cultural game where you when you will sometimes steal a city from your neighbors. I don't know if the neighbors will get angry about this, but they can, or actually I don't think they will. And so, for example, playing England, I would still prefer Victoria. And playing Catherine, late game spies can be very powerful. They can bring a lot of money, steal technologies, disrupt rocketry, and actually very helpful. So this ability must be tested. But I repeat, if it works well, it can be very interesting. It can work pretty well on probably some strange fractal maps where not dense city placement happens. On Pangaea it won't work very well, I think, but on maps where enemy, let's call him, for example, if London was an only city without any support on a small piece of land, it can easily swap, because since Frankfurt has been not converted, it flipped. Now if it has a city square, it start pushing loyalty to London as well as Paris. So I repeat, and of course extra source of great work slots is wonders, but again capital can be very strong, but and I again repeat, this is small true starting location in Europe map, where you see players spawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles from each other. It's a spawn, it's normal spawn, it's not something unusual for this map. And 5 or 6 tiles from here is German's capital, maybe 9, maximum 9 tiles can appear as how it called, Spain's capital, everybody's capital near. So in this situation it will work, and pretty well. Actually you can just try to convert everybody, but to flip everybody, but looks interesting. A new leader, this nice lady, and by the way I like how she looks for Great Britain, these flowers. And yes, and one thing I must notice at the end of this video is that the color of the civilization, the color is pink. So nice lady with pink clouds, with pink flowers, with pink nation colors, will silently steal your cities. I will definitely try this in my games. It's interesting if it works. Really, if it works, it's powerful. If it's not, I actually think it's not working very well, but we will see. Now I must say thank you for watching. Put your comments on this Eleanor, leader of Aquitaine, and hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.